What is going on? Welcome back. And on this video, I want to talk to you about a question that I get all the time. And it is, dude, was divorce worth it? Holy cow. Big question. Entrepreneurs, business owners, even people who are not, right? People ask that question all the time. It's crazy. I can't believe I'm going to do a video about this because I'm going to be real and tell you the honest truth about it and what really goes on. I've helped dozens of people through divorce, and then went through my own a couple years ago as well. And I want to tell you the real about what's going on here. Okay, the first thing I want to tell you is I'm going to tell you the number one thing, in fact, probably the only path forward you should take if you're considering divorce. And I'm going to tell you why 98% of you will not do it. Sadly, you will not do it, and you'll get screwed in divorce because you don't do it. It's what I wanted to do. This is the number one thing. It's the other side of my case did not want to do it, and it's why we got screwed. I'm telling you, this is the number one thing you want to do. It was even recommended to me by my top lawyers who, I had Coons Fuller, which is Deion Sanders, Tony Romo, Coons Fuller is the biggest lawyer in Texas. And so when you hire a lawyer like that and you pay ridiculous amounts of money, you learn a lot. And I learned a lot of things that this video could literally save you $50,000, $20,000 of consulting with a lawyer or just going through the process, plus the heartbreak and all the other crazy stuff. So first thing I want to say, if you're about to get married, okay, you should ask yourself, why are you getting married? Why are you letting the state validate and run your marriage? Okay. More people than ever before are asking themselves this question, and people are getting married in the church or whatever, but they're not getting married by the state. Now, maybe you need to look at your state. You need to maybe ask a lawyer, but maybe you want to talk to your pastor about that. But I can tell you that getting married to the state is the reason why this is a massive multi-billion-dollar industry. 80% of divorces in America are started by women. 90% of the money paid out is paid from men to women. Okay. Essentially, divorce laws have not caught up with where we are in the modern world. Okay. So there's a lot of talk on this. There's a lot of legislation going back and forth about it. And one way that people are getting around this is they're getting married, and they'll go figure out how do I get married in Venezuela, or how do I get married in Costa Rica, or how to get married, so even in Costa Rica and some of these other kind of marginal countries or kind of, territories or whatever, laws are different. When you come back to America, your separation laws are different as well. And here's the thing, guys, when I got married at 24, the last thing you want to think about is getting a divorce, right? So it's almost like pessimistic, or you feel like you're casting that onto your marriage or whatever. But guys, I didn't think about it. I didn't think about it at all. But anyway, so just take that as like a precursor to what I'm going to say, and think about it. But okay, so let me tell you what the number one thing to try not to do in the divorce is to just automatically go out and file a divorce. I'm telling you, this is the worst thing you can do. I didn't do it. I how many times have I talked to couples, like dozens of couples, who have said, I'm getting a divorce tomorrow. I'm getting a divorce tomorrow. I mean, even my parents growing up, I can't tell you how many times my dad said that, like 50 times growing up. I can remember him saying that. And did they ever get a divorce? No. So just because you're having the talks doesn't mean in any way that you're getting a divorce. Okay. And that is using your brain, by the way. Okay. Because there's a lot that happens with divorce. And so holding off, taking time, even moving out if you have to for a while. Okay. Cause a lot of times, you move out, you rethink things 6 months later, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like that, it's better to do that and try to figure it out than to just automatically file divorce out of emotion or hurt or whatever. Okay. By the way, what I'm saying here in this video, guys, I know that there's a fraction of people who, you're in some type of abuse or whatever. I am not talking to you, and you know that. Okay. So hopefully you just know that. I'm talking to the people who are having like some just civil discourse, they just don't like each other anymore, or whatever. Okay. You might hate your spouse. You might, but don't just think that the grass is greener on the other side, because you got to think about, what are you qualified for now? Okay. Because you ain't the 20-year-old and you ain't the 19-year-old anymore. Okay. So what are you qualified for, and how do you stack up against the competition? And by the way, that is a real thing. And then, guys, trust me, when you're 30, 40, 50 getting a divorce, the field is totally different. It is not how it was when you were young. So don't just assume the grass is green on the other side. Like if it is imminent, if it is going to happen, it, no doubt about it, it's going to go through. Okay. here's the thing. Here's what you want to do. This is the number one thing that I'm telling you. Most of you won't do. It's what I've been advised for a long time, probably 15 years. I've talked to people about this. I heard about it through a lot of people. It's in books all over the place. Okay. And I was advised to, if it was eminent, to do it this way. Talk to my spouse about it. Guess what? No go. Okay. But this is the smartest way to do it. You will save money, time, and emotions. Okay, trust me. The smartest way to do it is for you two to get together. As much as you hate each other, get together, have moderators, counselors, pastors, lawyers, whatever, have them there. Okay, I would try not to have lawyers there, but if you had to, have your lawyers there. But you two get together, come to that meeting where you have both written out everything that you own. I paid my estate net loss was over $220,000. Okay. I'm just telling you how much divorces can cost. Okay. It ain't worth it, dude. Let her have the whatever it is. It ain't worth it. Okay. So here's the thing. Get together, bring all the assets and list it out and say, okay, who's getting what here? Okay. Split it down the middle, write that on a piece of paper. Say, guys, this is what I want. This is what she wants. And there might be a small little thing at the bottom. Make sure you understand this. Small little thing at the bottom says, these three things we don't agree on. He wants this and I want this. Now, all the other stuff, you don't have to defend. You don't have to have your lawyers go through it. You just saved $15,000 to $30,000 just by doing what I just told you. That's $15,000 to $30,000 that you can do something else with. That if you owe her money, you can keep up on those payments. You ain't keeping up on those payments when that money's gone before the payments even start. Does that make sense? You see what I'm saying? So that money's tied up before you even, start making any money. Okay, you take that to the lawyers, and then it probably costs you a couple grand, $2,000 to $4,000, depending on the state, $2,000 to $5,000, depending on the state. They go to the court, they file it, and they might even be able to create a moderator or whatever, or moderate between the two and say, look, you're arguing over something that's really minimal, yeah, we can go to court over this, but guys, you're talking about something that's just not that big of a deal. Now there will be things that are big deals, $800,000 in this account, that business, whatever. But trust me, guys, this is the thing. Okay. People are going to get greedy and say, well, I want that money, or I'm not giving her half of that because I worked. Well, dude, sorry, but you should be definitely giving her something, because she ain't going to let you just walk away with it. So, you should figure out something. So anyway, guys, if you don't, I'm going to tell you about what the lawyer's perspective here and why the lawyers win for sure. But trust me on what I'm saying here. Consider deeply what I'm saying here. Okay. Anyone who's in your life, anyone who came around me and started saying, dude, your wife's a total B, your wife's this, like, I can't believe she's doing that to you. Yeah, man, she's total, like, all women are the same. Anybody doing that, I never even heard from them again, because I didn't answer their call, didn't answer their text, didn't respond to them. They hit me up once or whatever, dude, can I come over, swim in the pool, and, let's hang out, man. Let's have a big party, man. Let's get some girls, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then, let's talk shit about your ex, whatever. Dude, trust me. And look, if you're going to do that, I ain't trying to judge you or nothing. I'm just saying, be careful, because the devil is in sheep's clothing. And this is the moment where he or she will show up all over the place. People who you thought were the most amazing Christians. I'm talking about people in our church that are front row, volunteers, pastors love them, front row every single Sunday, raising their hands. And when this went down, boy, they were and how I figured it out was that we caught them in a whole huge text message thing, just talking smack and trying to take down the company and all this, like just spewing hate, just spewing it. And so trust me, guys, you don't want any of that. All that's going to do is cost you more money. It's going to make you sleep less. It's going to make you're investing, you're putting seeds in the ground of your next life you're about to live, that are seeds that are going to make you a bitter person. They're going to make you hateful. You know what I'm saying? Grow up. If you're moving on, if you don't like the other person, if you don't want to live the other life, then grow the hell up. You know what I'm saying? That, I'm telling you, I'm sorry, but that is one of the biggest things. Okay, let me tell you this. The biggest winners is not you, it's not her. This isn't criminal. This is the thing that people think, okay? They think, well, I'm accusing her of this. Well, I'm accusing him of this. Judge don't give a damn. He pretty much doesn't care. In most cases, in most states, they don't give a damn. There's no verdict. They don't come out and say, yes, we think you committed this. It's not criminal. The only reason you're in court is to figure out how to divide up the stuff and who pays who what. So can some of that bleed into the character? Sure. But you have to think about it. You have to create a case. They have to defend that case. It goes in front of a judge. So dude, the amount of money you're going to spend to try to throw someone under the bus is insane. And every single person who's a hater, who now may seem like they're your friend, are they paying that bill? You know what I'm saying? When your bank account goes dry, are they there? Where are they at 2 years down the road? Are they paying your rent? Are they paying your electricity bill? Are they paying your credit card debt? No, but they were there to make you spend all that money. You see what I'm saying? And this is when you're most vulnerable, because you will lose no matter what in a divorce, both of you. You've both lost. Basically, I lost. And this is why. Because a life that I wanted to live, that whole life just ended. And you have to now start another life. Okay. So you lose. And if you don't see it that way, you're holding on to the past, because when you get married, your whole life changes. Well, when you get a divorce, your whole life changes. Trust me. Okay. So your whole life is about to change. Where you live, who you hang out with, what you eat, where you shop, it's all going to change. You're not going to go to the same grocery store your ex is at. Trust me, it's all changing. Okay? You're not going to be going to the same church your ex is still at. It's all changing. So who's the winner? It's not you, not her. It's not God, not your church. Who's the winner? Lawyers. How? We'll say, well, why? Dude, the lawyer makes the same amount of money no matter what. No matter what, the lawyer will make. Both lawyers. Doesn't matter. They could be promising you everything, making you feel good. The verdict comes in, or who gets what and whatever. You got, 20% less than they were telling you, or 80% less than they were telling you, whatever it is. Guess what? They still get paid the same. They make out the same. Here's the thing that okay, I've worked with hundreds, at least a few hundred lawyers, mostly business lawyers, but a lot of lawyers. Okay. This is what I'll tell you. In divorce, this is what happens 9 out of 10 times. They get together with the other lawyer as soon as this thing starts. Okay. They communicate, I think, mostly in an ethical way, but it's kind of gray hat. It's not black hat as in wrong, but it's kind of gray. They get together and they go, hey man, so-and-so says they got this amount of money. The other guy goes, yeah. I'm kind of hearing this amount of money. So they're kind of like telling each other, how much money can we cook these guys for? I mean, old girl over here is talking about all this. Dude over here, I'm looking at his bank statements. I don't think he got that. Or old girl over here, she says blah, blah, blah. Dude has a lot more than that. You know what I'm saying? And so, because this is how I know this is going on. Number one, I asked my lawyer if this was going on. He didn't answer me. Okay. And I asked him on emails, written, documented. Why would he not answer? He answered every one of my emails. Why did he not answer this one? I asked him, are you talking about the finances of our situation with the other lawyer? He didn't answer. If it was no, we don't ever do that. Why would he not answer? He answered every other email I sent him. Why did he not answer this one? So that's all I needed to know. I wasn't going to take him to court over it or whatever, but that's all I needed to know. And it's funny how at the end of almost every divorce, okay, both the lawyers decide to tap out at the same time. If you don't know that, I've seen it happen like 6 or 7 times with my friends, and it had happened to us. They both tap out at the same time. They just happen to tap out when we're tapped out of cash, liquid cash. They're, yeah. Oh, yeah. They just both happen to say, yeah, there's not really a case here anymore. Yeah, you should really fight for that anymore. Yeah, you're just kind of screwed. Yeah, you're, see what I'm saying? They like, how do they both come to the same conclusion? Why isn't one of them still a pit bull and blah, 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 and go, you know what I'm saying? Why aren't they saying, hey, man, go get some more money? But you know what I'm saying? Why aren't they doing that? It's $1 billion industry. It's ridiculous. And I will tell you this, they and the friends around you, they are what's called the accuser of the brethren. Okay. There's a lot of articles on this, a lot of writing on this. Okay. I haven't seen videos, but I've seen articles on this, that of the billions of dollars that are made in divorce attorneys, that a significant amount, like more than 50% of that money, is made through accusations. If they want to get rich, if they want to have a divorce that pays them a lot of money, guess what they have to do? They have to get you to accuse someone of something. This is how they make money. Because if it's just dividing up, estates, that's easy. But now we're talking about, testimonies, pictures, text messages, call records, depositions. It goes on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? For what? You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to live with the person, move on. Tell your story however you want afterwards. And it's something you need to think about, especially if you have a personal brand or you have a company, or if you care a lot about your name. Some people, it doesn't really matter. You don't give two craps if somebody's talking crap about you. I think that's awesome if you live like that personally. So what my attorney said is, he said, look, man, she's accusing you of stuff that's crazy. Okay. So here's the thing. We don't have to defend this at all. Save you a ton of money. But here's the downside to that. This accusation will stay with you for the rest of your life. That you don't know where she's going to put it, where she's going to post it, who she's going to talk to about it. You don't know. So it might be better and cheaper for you to nip it in the butt right now, put it all out in depositions in the court of law, recorded legally and filed away forever, that my kids can look at it one day and say, oh yeah, so-and-so accused dad of this, but here's all the evidence. And they can make a decision on their own what they think. But so that's what we did. So we just said, hey, we know this is going to go crazy. We're going to talk about at least a 6-figure case, but that's what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, my business is a personal brand, all that stuff. Like, it's what we got to do. And so it sucks, man. It really sucks. And I feel for people who don't have those kind of time, resources, connections, whatever. They, like, they're screwed, or they're in states, where they're screwed too. So I can just tell you guys, I'll wrap it back to this. Be super careful. If you're getting married to the state, consider not getting married to the state. There's nothing legally binding you to get married to the state. You might say, well, there's taxes and benefits, stuff like that. Number one, if you had to go through a $200,000 or even a $50,000 divorce, do you honestly think your tax breaks for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, or mine 13, 14, you think your tax breaks are going to make up for that? Probably not. In most states, I think almost every state, once you live with somebody for a certain amount of time, I think they call it like something like dwelling. It's like there's laws about two people who live together for X amount of time. Some states it's 3 years, 7 years, 11 years. But I think every single state has this law where, like, if you've lived with somebody for so long, then you have the tax breaks and the tax benefits of being married. It's just as if you were married. And so let's say the delta that you lose taxes is 3 years. In states like California, it might only be a year or two. Okay. For some states, it might be 6 years. I think for Texas, like 3. Last one I looked a few years ago. But if you lost your tax benefits for 3 years, I mean, you're not talking about $200,000 in savings of taxes. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, worst case scenario, if she wants to leave, that sucks. But you just split up all your assets and you don't have to worry about anything. You know what I'm saying? This is the biggest piece of advice that my attorney, when I went to the big attorney, Coons Fuller, this is the biggest thing that he told me. Okay. He says, dude, in a divorce, you're not gonna get to a point where if she's gonna become the accuser, which not all women do, but if they're gonna go there, and it's gonna be a crazy drag out, okay, um, you're never going to get to a point where she will stop accusing you. That will never happen. Or reverse. Okay. Sorry, ladies. If the guy's accusing you, ma'am, okay, then that's never going to be the case where he will just all of a sudden be like, oh, okay, the judge said, so yeah, I'll just stop. It's never going to happen. Okay. So I said, well, what am I paying you for? Like, I don't understand. What are you saying? And he said, well, here's the thing. We've won that argument, and the judges realize in most cases that we are in the right when their defense moves from he said this, I saw this, from evidence. Okay. We've gone as far as we can go when their defense moves to the person's crazy. Because, like, how can you defend that? What are you going to give, some type of psychological exam? And who the hell are you to say somebody's smart or not, or intelligent or not? Like, you're not any smarter than that other person. Obviously, you married him. So if he's crazy, then you must be crazier. Think about it. If that person is insane and you were dumb enough to marry that person, then who is actually dumber? You see what I'm saying? So, like, I'm not trying to attack anybody, but I'm just saying this is a pointless argument. And this is why he told me, he goes, dude, do not try to defend yourself when we get to that. But he said, look, you've taken as far as you can when all the evidence has been thrown out or disproved. And the only thing they have left to tell people and tell the judge is, well, he's just crazy. When that's all they're telling people, yeah, man, he's just like psychologically crazy. Hopefully this helps you. I'm sorry if I offended anybody, but we don't usually do this kind of content on the channel, but I wanted to get it out there because it seriously will affect your business as much as anything. It will affect your business. So God bless you guys. Good luck. Do the right thing. And if you got children, do the right thing there too. I spend more than 50% of my time now per year, probably 49% to 52% of the year with my kids. I love it. And there is a brighter side, and there is a way to come out of divorce and still go out there and have a great life. So anyway, guys, appreciate you, and let me know what you think, and I'll talk soon.